Good day to you one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. You're probably asking yourself, yeah, how comes he's wearing that bird-watching coat and then a brown cowboy hat on top of his head? Yeah. Well, the answer is because today I'm talking about Kid Rock, but before I do anything at all, I'm going to have to say this to all of you. Warning! I am not running any competitions in the comments area of this channel. They are scams. Whoever it is that's doing that, they're just trying to get money from you for shipping costs for prizes that probably don't exist. And it's got absolutely nothing to do with me. They're using my likeness and this profile to try and take your hard-earned money from you, and I would never do that. So ignore anything you see that says, you know, competitions. Or if I'm not talking about it in the video itself, it's not real, okay? And look out for the tick that says verified, because all of my accounts are verified. Oh dear, these people, honestly, they'll stop at nothing. Speaking of stopping at nothing, this song is called Never Quit by Kid Rock. Justin Hawkins rides again. It was released on the 13th of September 22. He seems to be wearing a military waistcoat and a cowboy hat. That's why I wore this outfit. But I don't feel like this outfit is really hitting the spot in terms of Kid Rockness. But at least I tried. Hang on. Right. So here are some of the reactions to this new Kid Rock song so far. Anthony Gambino says this is one of Kid Rock's best songs. Tony Cox says timeless classic to be played at every wedding reception. Garrett Roth says, this country needs more anthems like this. Kid Rock is such a legend. And then Cupcake says, Kid Rock has become a parody of himself. It's actually hilarious. For those of you who don't know who Kid Rock is, his style alternates between rock, hip-hop and country. That's a lovely melting pot of influences, isn't it? A self-taught musician, he has said that he can play every instrument in his backing band. He started his career as a rapper and a DJ, releasing his debut album, Grits Sandwiches for Breakfast. What does that mean? Grits, oh yeah, grits is like the bit of the corn that Italian people use for polenta, something like that, but made in a sort of porridgey thing. Sandwiches, we all know what they are. His most successful single, Cowboy, is considered a pioneering song in the country rap genre. Apparently, Kid Rock isn't very fond of hugs. He explained to Rolling Stone, now my dad's crying after shows, like, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, shut the fuck up and quit crying. Stop it. I don't like anybody crying. I don't do well with that. I don't cry myself. I definitely have emotional issues. And we're not going to hug it out. Come on, Kid Rock. Bring it in. It's all right. Put your head there. It's all right. Come on. Sometimes methinks he doth protest too much. He wants a hug, just like anybody else. Well, howdy, ma'am. Well, howdy, ma'ams. No, it should be mem, because if it's madam, it'd be and the plural of madam in French is mesdames. So, howdy, mems. Okay, a really, really familiar sounding chord sequence at the beginning of it. Boulevard of broken dreams. Okay, just a little bit about rapping. I've never been able to do it. I really admire those guys that can do the freestyling and then they begin with literally nothing in their head, nothing pre-prepared. They haven't scratched any sort of ideas down. They have no kind of tropes or go-to couplets that they rely on in a squeeze. They're just spitting out these rhymes from out of nowhere. My issue is what qualifies as a rhyme. You know, I admire it, but here we go. Just as an English person, this is a bit. Dig deeper. Oh,
smoke a reefer.
Reefer? Reefer.
Young punks and stars soon to make you all believers.
Believers. Reefer. Deeper.
You bottom feeders and so
Feeder. Feeder. Believer. Deeper. Reefer. None of those fucking things rhyme with each other. Not one of them. This isn't a rhyme.
you bottom feeders and social media sluts. I'm still the salt and the swing, the king of don't give a fuck.
Sluts and fuck do not rhyme.
Bam-a-lam, I don't give a damn.
Bamalam, give a damn. That does rhyme. So, we've got to 30, the second revolution of the fucking verse before we got anything that actually rhymes. I'm sorry, but as a rapper, isn't it your only job? Isn't it? Sorry. What's going on here? I'm so incandescent with rage that... Oh. Okay, the hat's going to go, guys. Sorry about that. Well, howdy, mans. The hat's got to go.
Bam-a-lam, I don't give a damn. All the same, I still love this land.
Sam and land do not rhyme.
Yes, ma'am, I know you like it hot, so let's ride.
I know exactly what's going to happen. There'll be loads of Kid Rock fans going, yeah, but he's sold loads more records than you. A good observation, and obviously a truism as well. But I just think if you have all the time that you're supposed to take to make a record great, when things ought to rhyme, there's got to be... You got to spend a bit more time to make them rhyme, you know. And when I say rhyme, I don't mean we were drinking lots of things and we were smoking funny things. Things and things are the same word. That's not a rhyme. That's the same word. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm gonna fight like a G. They all gonna see. And if I
But what I like about this, I mean, whilst the chord sequence is in a million other songs, I really like the sort of arrangement, actually. There's some great violin playing going on. Like, well, actually fiddle playing, isn't it?
run like a bitch when shit gets thick, tell everyone I never quit.
Hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, oh. It's almost like that, isn't it, when the violins come in? Playing that sort of post-chorus tag melody.
If you're feeling funky, say hey, hey. If you love your country, say hey, hey.
Funky and country don't rhyme.
If you're making money, say hey.
Country, money, and funky do not rhyme. There's no permutation of those three words that can ever rhyme.
Drugs. If you're stoned in love,
Love and drugs don't rhyme. They never will. They never have.
praise God above.
Above and love. We've done it. 1 minute 32. Literally, more than, well, actually, no, about halfway through the song. 2 of the lines so far have rhymed.
I'm gonna fight like a G. They all gonna see. And if I die, I'm gonna
rhymes.
die free. Ain't gonna run.
All the chorus rhymes, actually. Maybe that's the idea. Maybe the idea is that he's sort of doing half rhymes and nearly rhymes, and then he does all the rhymes in the chorus. Could it be that?
Gets thick, tell everyone I never quit.
I mean, God knows, it doesn't have to rhyme, does it? It's just my problem. Sorry. I really like that violin part.
I'll never quit.
Whenever you sort of hear that Kid Rock has got a song out, you kind of expect it to be a bit more... a bit faster than this, really, like the cadence of it. I don't know, it's just, it seems to be really kind of it's quite a sombre affair. The video is depicting, some small town American civil rights disagreements, and then some community stuff at the end, which is quite heartwarming and uplifting. It's a very mature Kid Rock that we're seeing in this one. There's little moments when he's sort of being rebellious. I noticed that I thought he was kind of rapping with his hand in his pocket, which is basically what my dad would do probably. But then he gets a cigarette that might be laced with a little bit of Mary Jane's laughing tobacco, and then he's just sort of brazenly smoking that in front of the authorities. The video commissioners at his label, presumably. Obviously, I take umbrage of people who's if you're doing sort of rap and then your only responsibility really is to rhyme. Sometimes people call it, well, they used to call it busting rhymes, didn't they? Well, he only busted 2 rhymes as far as I could see. Apart from chorus aside, okay, the rhymes themselves, there are only 2 that actually rhymed. But then, I'm approaching that from the perspective of a English bloke who gives a shit about that sort of thing. I don't think it's necessary for anybody else to. But just saying, let's not dumb down to the point where we're accepting saying the same word twice as a rhyme, or, things that basically sound a bit similar. That's not rhyming. That's not what it means. So let's not pretend that it's good. Let's say that.
Bottom feeders and social media sluts. I'm still the salt in the swing, the king of don't give a fuck.
That's a great line, actually. I mean, it doesn't rhyme, but it's a great. It doesn't rhyme, but it's a great line. You social media sluts, I'm still the king of don't give a fuck. And it's nice because it happens just on the dropout for maximum impact. Properly swearing with a gun on display. That is defiance incarnate. I would call Kid Rock defiance incarnate.
Run like a bitch when shit gets big. Tell everyone I never quit.
I love the angle that they're shooting him from when he goes, I never quit. It's kind of like shooting upwards. It's a really unflattering angle in terms of like the way his body shape looks at that point. It's just like, but he doesn't give a fuck. I actually think there's a bit of truth in that. I really don't think he gives a fuck. So, whilst it isn't, it's not an inspired piece of prose, not everything has to be. It's probably going to be massively successful because it's already sort of resonating with the people who are super patriotic. It all gets a bit America is great regardless of what people say kind of thing. It's going for like a Kid Rock's national anthem almost. And the national anthem is basically saying, I'm going to smoke as much grass as I like, carry some guns around, I don't give a fuck, America's brilliant. That's basically what he's saying. And, with as much finesse as what I just delivered it with there, and bear in mind I haven't slept much in the last few days. So, I don't know. It is what it is, isn't it? It's Kid Rock, just not giving a fuck, but doing some America stuff. America's great stuff. Fair enough. Today was gonna be the day that they throw it all back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. Boulevard of broken dreams. Justin Hawkins rides again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these 2 videos, and never, ever, 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 ever fall for the scammers that are pretending to put competitions in my comments. If there's a competition happening, you'll hear it from this. You won't read it down there. You'll read it down there, but only after you've seen it from this. All right, lots of love to you guys. See you on the ice.